1-800-2-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call My Injury Guy.
Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer, My Injury Guy, Scott DelSalvo here, shooting another video for you on how injury accident cases work. And the topic for today's video is the most honest video about what you're putting in your pocket in your injury case ever, okay? Why am I shooting a video on what you're really going to put in your pocket in your injury case? Because it's the number one question injured people have. It's no baloney, 100%, the number one question injured people have about their injury case. And, you know, what have I done so far? Haven't I done some videos like this on my channel? I have, where I go into technical details. I even built free tools on my website. One's called the Good Case Calculator. The other one is called the Case Cash Calculator. And those are super easy tools written in plain English that tell you whether you have a good case or a bad case, and they're for free. And you can use them as many times as you want. And I get amazing positive feedback from those tools. So I'll leave a link in the description for you to use those tools as many times as you want. Share them with friends, whatever you'd like. And just so you know, I built those tools. That's not some software company's program. I created it. I created the answers, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so just understand that. So it's a popular topic. So let's just put the cards on the table. Okay, but first a disclaimer. Okay, every case is different. Every case and every situation is different. Your situation might be worth more money or less money or no money. And that's why I always tell people the gold standard on this stuff is talking to a lawyer about the value of your case. Okay, so that's my number one advice. Okay, but if you had a case, have a case, you're worried about the value of the money, I'm not going to explain how to calculate it. I'm just going to throw the cards right on the table. So here we go. I'm going to give you a couple examples. One, you're in a car crash. It's not your fault at all. Let's say you get rear-ended and you got a witness in your car who says you were standing still, and let's say there's a pod camera on the traffic light that records the entire thing, or there's a Uber or a Lyft or a taxi with video on it, or there's a bank ATM that captures the entire crash. So no question about whose fault it was, big impact, but you get 60, 90 days of therapy. The doctors are initially worried that maybe you tore your rotator cuff or you herniated a disc in your neck or back. Those are three really common injuries that we see in rear-end car crashes. Also torn meniscus if your foot is planted, if your leg is planted. Let's say they think that that's possible. Maybe you got an MRI or two. Maybe you went to the emergency room, got checked out. Maybe you took an ambulance, maybe you didn't. But your medical care is largely done in 60 to 90 days. And a little bit of time goes by and you don't have a flare-up. You got discharged. Maybe you're doing home exercises that your therapist or your doctor gave you. Okay, so if you're in a case like that, they call that a soft tissue injury case. And in a case like that, after the lawyer gets paid, after the case costs get paid, after the doctor bills get paid, after your health insurance gets paid back, you are looking at probably anywhere between let's say $5,000 and $15,000 in your pocket. Now that's tax-free, so you don't pay taxes on it. For a short-term injury on the low end, in the neighborhood of $5,000, on the high end, around $15,000. Now, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I just settled a case similar to that, where I was able to put $25,000 in my client's pocket. But that's why I gave you the disclaimer. But I would say most of the cases are within the range of 5 and 15 in your pocket when all is said and done. I also had a case with a client who insisted that the case be settled immediately for anything I could get immediately. told her it was a bad idea, and she's going to end up with about, I don't know, $3,000, $3,100 in her pocket. So, if there's evidence that comes up in your case, if it's similar to that, well, it could be a zero. So understand that. So let's go to the next phase. Let's go to the next level. Let's say, same fact scenario, nobody can blame you for doing the accident. Nobody can really credibly blame you for causing the crash at all. Okay? Let's say that's the fact scenario. In that fact scenario, what are we talking about here? Well, what we're talking about is, let's say you have some MRIs, you have a surgery. Let's say it's a rotator cuff repair or a discectomy in your neck or back. So that's less serious, less serious than a spinal fusion, where they actually fuse the levels together.
Call my injury guy.
If you've been hurt in a work accident or a car crash, or no matter how you got hurt, you want a fast and fair settlement, call my injury guy.
Call 312-500-4500.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give 'em a try. Call my injury guy. Call my injury guy.
But let's include that too. Let's include a single level fusion, and let's assume that the shoulder surgery, the knee surgery, the neck or back surgery, just one, not all four, goes good, and you're good. You're feeling healthy, okay? You're feeling good. You are probably going to be in medical care for 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year, all told, and then you're going to be discharged, and they're going to tell you to come back if you have any problems. In a case like that, one of the big things you got to be aware of is the insurance policy limits. So in that other scenario, it's a small case. So you're probably gonna, most people carry 25 or 50,000 in insurance. So those small cases are going to be covered. But what about a surgical case? One thing you got to be aware of is, instantly in a case like that, you're above the policy limits of 25 or 50. So if you don't have uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage of at least 100,000, or the person or company who ran into you doesn't have at least 100,000 or more in coverage, there's no way you're going to be properly compensated. So realistically, great outcome, but you did go through a surgery. What kind of money are you putting in your pocket? You're probably putting in your pocket anywhere from 20,000, 25,000, all the way through hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I had a client like this a few years ago where we got her, she ended up putting over 200,000 in her pocket for that kind of case. And the reason why is insurance was enough to cover it. Now, we fought like hell, and they fought like hell, because insurance companies would rather pay a lawyer $50,000 than give you an extra $50,000 on the settlement. They'd rather pay a lawyer $50,000 to fight your case and try and beat it than they would to pay you more money to settle your case, which is unfortunate, but that's the way the insurance industry works. Why is there a big range? The big range comes down to the seriousness of the injury, of the surgery, what your medical outcome is, but mainly that insurance issue. We can't get blood from a stone. So if somebody has a $100,000 policy, you are probably looking at 20 to 40,000, maybe 50,000 in your pocket, no matter how much more serious the injury gets. This is why I tell people, get as much insurance as you can pay, as you can afford. Now look, for most of my life, I was broke, okay? If you know my story, we had no money when I was growing up, okay? That's why I've been working since I was 14 or 13 rather. And, so I had the worst car insurance known to man for years. My first car insurance was with a company called Unicorn insurance. So it was the cheapest insurance I could buy and still legally drive a car, and it was a terrible insurance company. But at the end of the day, it's what I could afford. So if you're tight with money and you can't afford a fancy insurance company or very high limits, I understand. But that's not really what I run into. I run into people who are making, they got a decent job, but they stick with that super garbage insurance. You're better getting away from the really low-end insurance companies, the substandards, and paying slightly more, $40 a month more, or maybe $100 for the year more to switch to a name brand insurance company. One of the ones that you've heard of before, American Family, Farmers, Liberty Mutual. It's hard for me to recommend Allstate and State Farm, but they're major insurers in the state, and they're still usually going to be better than the substandard no-name insurance companies when it comes to handling claims. But the policy limits matter. The limits that you have on your policy protect you and the people in your car when the other driver doesn't have enough insurance. So hopefully that information helps you. It gives you an idea of a ballpark of what amounts you're going to put in your pocket after an injury case. So hope that info helps you. Hope you and your family are well. Thanks for watching. If I can do anything for you, if you have a case or anyone needs a case, please give me a call at 312-500-4500. Please watch the end of the video where we talk about really cool tools on my website and other free stuff I give out to help injured people, whether you have a case or not. Okay? Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Call my injury guy.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call